Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 21st, 2022, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Canadian dollar making new lows versus the USD. But first, looking at the major economic events of today out of the United States at 8 p.m. South African time, FOMC fund rate decision, that's an interest rate decision, very important number and sure to rattle the market. So looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the US dollar gaining before this FOMC rate decision across the board against the euro, the British pound, and the Australian dollar. And they're looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ unchanged on the bottom of the range. And so looking at commodities, gold unchanged while oil gained slightly. And when we looked at the stocks over the last couple of days, Apple has been gaining quite nicely. And lastly, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, unchanged and just hovering near its lows as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. I'm going to start with the euro first. Look at this nosedive. I mean, you can see that just right back to our lows once again. So, I mean, this is a bona fide support system right here. We are trading at the top of that range. I mean, we still have about 100 pips for our lower support level, but that's as close as we can get, at least in the short term. Now, looking at a daily chart, you could see that quite clearly, and so we're hovering near that low. Once again, 98.50-ish level is that low, and if we do break it, we could make new lows for the year. Now, looking at the Gbp Usd, also on its lows. But specifically, the weakest one, USD Canadian dollars. You can see 33.90. If we look at a weekly, that's as high as it goes since 2020 of September. Now, we did hit a high of 145 in the coronavirus pandemic at the initial onslaught of it. So we do have still way to go up if we do decide to get weaker. Now, looking at commodities, gold just hovering below its support level. Let's look at it a 4-hour chart, just trading sideways. It is getting to a point where it is at resistance-ish level at this 1672-ish level as well. Looking at crude oil, we got that nice push up, even a little bit higher this morning to 86.23. But again, trading in a range, the upper range probably around $88, $89 a barrel. So let's take a look at the U.S. market. So we're going to start out with the Dow Jones. Here we go. 30,749. Now this did get a bounce to 31,200 and then petered out. If we look also at the U.S. at the NASDAQ, also got itself a bounce, but then petered out as well. So we're really just hovering near our lows. So a lot is weighing in on this FOMC decision later today. Now looking at Apple, this is where we've gained over the last couple of days. You can see that on a 1-hour chart quite nicely with some oomph. Okay, so this may be a area where we do bounce off. I know there's a lot of negativity in the markets and everybody's saying we're going to crash, but Apple's got to crash also. When we look at Intel, it's still hovering near its lows, which is also disconcerting. 28.91, and Microsoft gaining just a little bit, but hovering near its lows. Everything else is hovering near its lows. Facebook also hovering near its lows. So not a lot of positivity here when I'm looking at the big names to get some sort of confidence. I did see Apple get something, but beyond that, nothing else. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, we're hovering there at 18,000. We did make a low of 18,300-ish level, bounced off of it, but still below that 20K. And if the general market sells off, we're going to see this market sell off as well. So just keep that in mind later today. So those of you who are trading the FOMC rate decision today, just be cautious, be careful. The markets are very volatile, so take that into consideration. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.